Hello, my dear students. It's time to tidy up. Let's finally remove the bonus boxes from the screen. They shouldn't be there at the start. They should appear randomly, one at a time, at different times, and in different places. If we haven't picked them up, they should disappear. Let's go to the box spawn branch. That's where the algorithm for spawning boxes on the scene is written. Let's disable all spawn blocks, except the first one. Also, let's replace the onInit block with an onTimer block. Now we will spawn one box at specified time intervals. To make it more interesting, let's make these intervals random. We'll connect a random integer block to the duration channel. For testing, we'll specify a small range. For example, from 1 to 5. Don't forget to check the repeat box. When we start the game, we'll see that a box with an automatic weapon is added to the scene one at a time, with variations in timing. Now we need to somehow organize a random selection among 6 different boxes. And I suggest doing this using an array. Let's create a string array with 6 elements and save 6 names of our boxes in it. It's best to do this using copy-paste to avoid syntax errors. Now we can delete the 5 unnecessary blocks. To the single remaining one, we need to connect a randomly chosen name from the new array. The random choice block will handle this task excellently. If we connect a new array with names to it, print the obtained result in the console, and trigger all this from a timer, we'll see randomly selected names from the list in the console. Connect the choice result to the spawn block, and we'll get what we need. Now different boxes appear on the scene. If everything works, then we can adjust the time interval between spawns. I'll set it from 30 seconds to 60. Now let's add a little more beauty to our project. Let's make our bushes around the perimeter of the field move. At the beginning of the course, we specifically created a shape key for this purpose. If you select any of the bushes, you can see the presence of two shape keys in the object data properties of this object. And if we select the shape named key1 and drag the value slider, we'll see how the bush changes its shape. All we need to do is to define an algorithm in which we will cyclically and smoothly change this value from 0 to 1 and back. It's best to do this in the existing constant branch, which is linked to the background. It's called GameInit. Let's add an onTimer block. Check the repeat box and set it to 2 seconds. This will be the duration of the iteration. Within these 2 seconds, we should run the animation in both directions. Next, connect the tween float block. With it, we will smoothly change the value from 0 to 1 within 1 second. We will pass the obtained value each tick to the set object shape key block. In it, we will specify the name of the shape as well as the object's name. Here we have a problem because there are many bushes stored in separate folders with different names, but all these objects refer to the same data. And if we change the shape key of one bush, then all the other bushes change along with it. However, in the game, this scheme won't work, because despite having the same object data, they are still different objects, independent of each other. And now we will confirm this. Let's finish the animation cycle first. For now, let's specify the name of the first bush in the list. It doesn't have an ordinal number. Let's duplicate the last 2 blocks and connect them to the done channel. Let's swap the values in the range. We need to run the animation in reverse. So now we need a range from 1 to 0. the duration remains the same, 1 second. So, what do we have? The timer starts the animation. For 1 second, our bush will flatten, and after it ends, the second part of the cycle activates. And for 1 second, the bush will straighten. By the time the bush returns to its original state, exactly 2 seconds will have passed, the timer will trigger again and start a new cycle. Now let's run the game and see a sad picture. Only one bush moves, the name of which is specified in the code. Let's go back to the code and do the same thing for each bush. Only we won't copy this block of code 60 times. We'll do it elegantly. Since all the bushes are in a separate folder and they are activated for spawning by default, it means that immediately after the game starts, all these objects are present in the game. And we can use this folder as an array of objects. Check 2 points. By selecting any bush, you should see the active spawn checkbox in the object properties. And secondly, there should be no extra items in the folder with the bushes. Now let's add an array loop block. Connect it after the tween float block. This block will sequentially take each element of the array and output it to the value channel. We will connect this channel to the object channel. Now we are changing the shape not in one object, but in all objects of the specified array. By the way, the array needs to be specified using the collection block. Let's enter the folder name there. Trees. That's all. The same needs to be done for the second part of the cycle. Now, by running the game, you can see that all the bushes have come into motion. Right now, they are moving ungracefully because the shape value changes linearly. Let's add the finishing touch to make everything perfect. In both tween float blocks, let's change the interpolation to sign in out. Now, each change will smoothly accelerate at the beginning and decelerate smoothly at the end. Now, almost everything looks beautiful. If you're annoyed by polygons and edges, then go to the outliner. Right-click on the folder with the bushes. Choose Select Objects. All elements of the folder will be selected. Move the mouse cursor into the viewport, right-click anywhere, and select Shade Smooth. Now everything looks beautiful for show. Well, not everything. I still don't like the size of the impact effect. So, I'll double its size. Apply the scale. Now, you can rest with a clear conscience. Don't miss me. Bye for now.